Master Gardeners of Marin and Falkirk Cultural Center, which is now owned by the city of San Rafael, decided that what we would want to do is to use this opportunity to have some demonstration gardens. And we decided also to make a beautiful succulent garden and a Mediterranean garden. There are only 2% of the world has a Mediterranean climate, and we are part of that lucky group. The other 4 countries that share this beautiful climate with us are southwestern Australia, the Mediterranean Basin, which is Europe and Northern Africa, the very tip of South Africa, and a little teeny portion of the central part of Chile. So we decided to put in a garden that's like a mini arboretum as a demonstration of the kinds of plants we could all grow around here because we share that climate with them. If you look behind me, we're now going to enter Australia, and you can see how incredibly fast these plants have grown. This was a 5-gallon plant a year and a half ago. That beautiful tree is, surprisingly, it's an acacia. There are many, many kinds of acacias, and they have a bad reputation for being allergenic, but in fact, all but 2 of them are not. So you can grow these. They're very drought tolerant, very fast growing, and there are lots and lots of different kinds of them. So this is a wonderful group of plants to look for if you want to plant something different in your garden that will grow well. In looking around, these are real favorites. They're so adorable. They're kangaroo paws, and they look just like little kangaroo paws, and they make wonderful cut flowers. Now, right now, it's winter in Australia, so most of them are not in bloom because they bloom in the winter, which is very nice if you want flowers in your winter. We're in the Mediterranean Basin now, which is the largest part of Mediterranean climate area in the world. It's the area around Europe and Northern Africa. Something that we're familiar with is this rock rose, cistus rock rose. They're very, very drought tolerant, and here's a bee in one now. The bees love them. There he is, scoping it out. There are many kinds, heights, colors of rock rose. We also have, this is a beautiful, it's like lamb's ears, very soft, very beautiful salvia from the Canary Islands that grows really well here. And there are different kinds of rosemaries that we have, lots and lots of plants from the Mediterranean Basin we're familiar with. So now we're moving into South Africa, and these plants, Leucadendron, Protea, Leucospermum, there's a whole group of proteaceous plants which mostly you see in flower arrangements because it's used a lot in the floral business. They last forever and they're strange. These are beautiful now, but they're not in bloom, but they're still interesting. When they are in bloom are a sight to behold. They are stunning. And these are called red hot pokers, Nephophia, and they come in all kinds of shapes. They're little teeny ones, they're big ones. This is 2%. South Africa has 2% of the climate that we share, of the Mediterranean climate, but they have more floriferous plants, more flowering plants than any place in the world. Now we're in the section of the garden that is with Chilean plants. Most Chilean plants actually are endemic to and only are in Chile, but a few of them make their way towards us. This one is just starting to bloom. It's called red velvet sage, and it is, let me pick it so you can see it. It has an incredibly beautiful smell to it, and the flowers get to be about 10 inches tall, and they smell like heaven, and they're great cut flowers. So we're happy that we're sharing our world with Chile. And let me show you one other really interesting blossom from Chile. This plant is called devil's tobacco, and it's a Lobelia tupa, but it's a wonderful looking flower, and when they're in bloom like this, there are a few around the garden, they're just wonderful to look at, and bees absolutely love them, and so do hummingbirds. And a number of the things we have here are medicinal. Like this is lemon verbena, which most of you know. If you pick, 4 leaves off this and put it in tea, it'll soothe you and put you to sleep. And there's some beach salvia. There's lots of different kinds of salvia from all around the Mediterranean worlds. Many of them are medicinal. So aside from being beautiful and having beautiful flowers and having the bees love them, they're also great for us to have in our kitchens. So we're very lucky that we share not only this incredibly beautiful climate with those other parts of the world, but we share all kinds of beautiful plants with other parts of the world. So it's a real opportunity to connect to the rest of the world through plants.